Let me preface this video with two disclaimers. Firstly, this isn't the ideal way of doing this and most likely won't match professional results, but it is sufficient for my needs and beats sending it off for weeks and paying God knows what for it. This is my DIY Glock that I built from scratch from the parts I had laying around after doing mods on my Glock 45, so I thought it was okay to give it more of a personal touch. Second, the idea here was to use tools that I already had in my house and that you might have too without going out there and buying new tools and professional Dremels and wasting more time and money. Although if you do want professional results, to each its own, it's totally fine. What I used here is my girlfriend's electric nail filer, and although it is quite weak, it got the job done. It certainly took a longer time, but since this was my first time doing this, it was a good thing. You can always take off more material, but you can't put it back on. I do wish that rotating sandpaper was larger and covered the entire width of the guard. It would have saved me time and maybe gave me a better finish, but nonetheless, I'm very happy with the result. So somewhere around this part, I actually considered leaving it the way you see it now, because it got rid of that uncomfortable hump on the trigger guard, but at the same time, it looked almost stuck. If you just want a minor improvement without a drastic change to your frame, and you do want to do this kind of a mod, that's one way to do it without making it too aggressive. Nonetheless, I decided to proceed with my initial idea of giving it a deep notch. I like the more circular shape for both cosmetic, aesthetic purposes, as well as the comfort and being able to get higher up on that grip. So it makes you kind of wonder, right? Because this mod is something that a lot of people have done and a lot of aftermarket companies do. So do you think Glock doesn't listen to their customers? Or do you think they just want to give us a blank canvas to do our own mods and customize our pistols? It really makes you wonder, because those couple of things like the stippling on the frame, the trigger guard, the trigger itself, and the sights are four things that everyone agrees on are bad and need improvement. And these are the things most people mod immediately on their Glocks. I just wonder if it's Glock trying to save money or if they're just not very receptive to the feedback from the customers. What do you think? So the story behind this is I got this Glock 19 frame, and if you're anything like me and have, man-sized hands, you know that the grip is almost perfect, but it's actually about 1/4 inch too short. And it doesn't help that the Gen 5 Glock has a built-in magwell that digs into your finger if it's too short. So that was something that was super uncomfortable for me. And that hump was really also digging into my knuckle. So I decided not to waste any time and dig right in, literally, and fix this issue. Now, I have to say, I was a bit hesitant at first, but now I'm super glad I did. I think it came out really good. It looks good, and it feels a million times better. It looks like a small amount, small difference, but it makes the world of difference in the grip and in the comfort. So here you can see me switch to the finer bit that I found in my girlfriend's nail filing setup. Don't tell her I did this, she will kill me. But here you can see the final result. I think it looks really good, and it looks a lot like the professional jobs I've seen online. Here is my Glock 44 with the original trigger guard, so you can kind of compare. And I didn't really finish polishing it with different sandpapers, but for now that's good enough for me. It's a tool and, you know, it needs to work. I like it to look good, but it doesn't have to have the most perfect finish. So here you can see them side by side. Let me know if you think this came out well and if you like this final look. Thanks.